subscribers, I don't think. But yeah.
I'm live.
We're live. Hi, everybody. This is Kim,
This is Andy.
and we're going to read the Urantia book. First, we're going to read Light the Flame by Andrew Harvey, okay? So this is August 2nd, and this is by Ghalib. How do you say that? Ghalib? Ghalib? It's one of those. Ghalib?
Believe.
Why not? Sure. Who was an East Indian poet, and he lived in the 1800s. He died in 1869. All right, so this is I'm thinking, was he a Muslim or was he a Hindu? Probably looks like he was probably a Muslim. He's probably a Sufi. Where's it at? Is Ghalib a Sufi poet? Let's see the answer. He wrote at the end of the Mughal Empire and the beginning of British rule in India. His poetry spoke to Muslims and Hindus alike. His willingness to wrestle with modern doubts in his writing have caused some to call him an atheist, while his mystical love of poetry makes him a favorite of Sufis. So, both either and neither. Sure.
Muslim Sufi.
Muslim, but he's a favorite of the Sufis. Okay, let's go back here to this. All right, that's it. I do not know where the path. Wait, I do not where lead the paths. The end of the road is out of view. May it be enough for me to know that love will see my footsteps through. Oh, and that rhymes in a very nice way. I do not know where lead the paths. The end of the road is out of view. May it be enough for me to know that love will see my footsteps through.
Support.
That's true. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's lovely. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so we don't know where we're going. We don't know. I mean, everybody talks about the end of the world, the end times, but they think the people that talk about that, they think they're going to get raptured and stuff. They believe all in this. Maybe they are, and I don't know, but we don't. I don't know, but like here, let's turn this one on. There, and this one off.
Right.
Yeah, that's better. Okay, but it's enough that I live this life in love and harmony,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
That's got to be enough. So that'll get you where you need to go. Okay, we're going to read from paper 14, The Central and Divine Universe, and this is section 3, The Havona Worlds. Okay. Concerning the government of the central universe, there is none. Doesn't need a government. Havana is so exquisitely perfect that no intellectual system of government is required. There are no regularly constituted courts. Neither are there legislative assemblies. Havana requires only administrative direction. Here may be observed the height of the ideals of true self-government.
Okay. I like that.
There is no need of government among such perfect and near perfect intelligences. They stand in no need of regulation, for they are beings of native perfection, interspersed with evolutionary creatures who have long since passed the scrutiny of the supreme tribunals of the superuniverses. The administration of Havana is not automatic, but it is marvelously perfect and divinely efficient. It is chiefly planetary and is vested in the resident eternal of days. Each Havana sphere being directed by one of these Trinity origin personalities. Eternals of days are not creators, but they are perfect administrators. They teach with supreme skill and direct their planetary children with a perfection of wisdom bordering on absoluteness. The billion spheres of the central universe constitute the training worlds of the high personalities native to Paradise and Havana, and further serve as the final proving grounds for ascending creatures from the evolutionary worlds of time. In the execution of the Universal Father's great plan of creature ascension, the pilgrims of time are landed on the receiving worlds of the outer seventh circuit, and subsequent to increased training and enlarged experience, they are progressively advanced inward, planet by planet and circle by circle, until they finally attain the deities and achieve residence on paradise. Okay. Do we want to talk about any of that?
Earlier, the thought was put forward that there's not a lot of need for a lot of government because the beings are perfected. So here, when someone says government is the problem, we need smaller government, then we need to be more perfect beings.
Right. So if we were
can't
more
be-
perfect beings, we would need less government.
Right. So that goes one with the other. You've got to improve yourself. We all have to improve ourselves in order to need less government.
Right. But I think that in too many people's minds here in this world, being more perfect means that everybody needs to be more like me.
Wrong.
Yeah, that's it. See? See, if we were all just good Christians, then we wouldn't need government. But that's hooey. That's hoo-ha.
Even the Christian churches need lots of government.
Right. Right. Get rid of the people from the other cultures, and we won't need the government. But do that first, and then everybody will be just happy little white Christians. No, no, no. Okay, you go here.
Am I here?
Mm-hmm.
At present, although the spheres of the seven circuits are maintained in all their supernal glory, only about 1% of all planetary capacity is utilized in the work of furthering the Father's universal plan of mortal ascension. About 1/10 of 1% of the area of these enormous worlds is dedicated to the life and activities of the core of the finality, beings eternally settled in
Light.
light and life who often sojourn and minister on the Havona Worlds. These exalted beings have their personal residences on paradise.
Okay, so and that's the core finality is what we will belong to once we graduate through this process.
Okay.
So when we're perfected beings, we'll be and you know it's interesting too that we are among the beginning the beginning of this core because right so 1/10 of 1% of the world is dedicated to that. So a very small portion of this capacity is dedicated to this core finality. So we're just at the beginnings of it.
Yep. The planetary construction of the Havona spheres is entirely unlike that of the evolutionary worlds and systems of space. Nowhere else in all the grand universe is it convenient to utilize such enormous spheres as inhabited worlds. Triada physical constitution, coupled with the balancing effect of the immense dark gravity bodies,
Yep.
make it possible so perfectly to equalize the physical forces and so exquisitely to balance the various attractions of this tremendous creation. Anti-gravity is also employed in the organization of the material functions and the spiritual activities of these enormous worlds.
Okay, so I want to go back here. We got triata physical constitution. So what that means is that I was looking at this before. So in our world here, out in the seven super universes, there's everything is constituted of positive and negative charge. There's positive and negative charge in everything.
It's
Right.
balance, it's
That's-
harmony.
Yeah, but in Havona, and it talked about this earlier,
Mhm.
it's triadic construction, means there's like a third type of charge.
Okay.
There's a third. So there's positive, negative, and
Something else.
another one like
Mhm.
that,
Mhm.
which is
Okay.
really weird.
Mhm.
So that's what that means. So it's like a rock, paper, scissors kind of a world. So
Mhm.
one of them is dominant over the other one. So then they,
Yep.
Isn't that interesting?
It is.
And these worlds are likely, they're enormous worlds. So likely, they make the hollow worlds. So these are not evolved worlds. These are just created.
Mhm.
These are just like, boom, it's there. It's like this big hollow sphere with this three different kinds of charges in it. But people live there. And they have, here, you keep going.
The architecture, lighting, and heating, as well as the biologic and artistic embellishment of the Havona spheres, are quite beyond the greatest possible stretch of human imagination.
Right.
You cannot be told much about Havona to understand its beauty and grandeur. You must see it. But there are real rivers and lakes on these perfect worlds.
So it's like how? What? What do you mean?
Well, if it's beyond my imagination.
I can't imagine it. Yeah.
Spiritually, these worlds are ideally appointed. They are fittingly adapted to their purpose of harboring the numerous orders of differing beings who function in the central universe. Manifold activities take place on these beautiful worlds, which are far beyond human comprehension.
All
So
right.
I can't imagine it, I can't comprehend it.
So don't try.
It's beyond my imagination.
Can you get an appreciation of that though? A little bit, like
It leaves me speechless.
rivers and lakes in there, but you can't understand it because it's nothing like what we have.
Right.
But it's like, okay, so next time we'll talk about the creatures of the central universe.
This would be interesting.
Yeah. Yes. Well, okay. Well, see you next time.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Have a great day.